Hello everyone. So today I am going to implement a cover system like this. So when I'm in cover, my gun will be move closer to me, and when I right click, the character will emerge from the cover. So to give me a better field of view. So it happens not just in places like this. It happens in I can apply the cover system to places like these too. See? And here, if I go here, and if I look back, it disables the cover. It is no longer in the covering mode. But if I look at this way, we are in the covering mode. See? And if I go here too, it works the same way. Okay, let's see how to implement that. And this episode is sponsored by this generous patron. Thank you very much for your support. Right, so let's start with a new project. And here I'll select first person. Next, I don't need any starter content, and I will do this in blueprints. So FP cover, I'll name it like that. Create the project. Okay, let's wait the project to open. Right. Okay, so this is the first person project that we have. Discovering asset data. Okay, so if I play the game, we have the usual first person gameplay. Alright, so now we need, so actually I'm referring to the Far Cry covering system. So when we go to a place that defined as a covering place, the player will automatically take cover there, and when I right click, he will emerge from the cover, so he can check the forward area. So that's basically what my target is. Okay, now first, so I'll disable physics here and make this like this or like this. So okay, so this is going to be a place that I'm going to take cover. I'll move it somewhere like this. So right now I'll create a new folder, pp, and here I'll create a new actor blueprint. I'll call it cover. Let's open it. Here let's add a collider like this. Let's make this a little bigger. Let's place this here, and okay, maybe the cover is too big. I'm not sure. Right. Okay, we can adjust the small details later. Alright, so now I'll add an arrow component here. So this arrow, it should be attached to the scene root. No need to be wait. it doesn't have to be larger, and by default I'll move it up and place it in a place like this. So this arrow defines the place that my character will go when I right click, when I emerge from the cover. To represent that, I am going to use this arrow, but it will not be visible in the gameplay. It doesn't have to be visible in the gameplay actually. Right, now let's define, so whenever my character go here, it should automatically go into cover. So how do we do that? Let's create a blueprint interface, BPI covering. Here set cover. As the input, I'll give a reference to cover blueprint cover, and as an output, maybe we won't need this at the moment, but later on we might need this. Return acquired. So if the character acquired this cover, it will return true. Right, now in this first person character, this is the default stuff that comes with the first person character. I'll implement that BPI covering system, covering interface, and when I add and compile, under this interface we got this set cover. So here I'll just promote this to a variable and let's call it cover. So now I'll add 2 more custom events. Enter cover and another one, let's call it exit cover. Okay, so now with enter cover, let's just for now I only want to show some difference, so let's just make the character crouch when it enters the cover, automatically crouch. So first we need to enable crouching ability. I think I have enabled it, is somewhere here. Can crouch, let's see, something like that. Yeah, here under movement capabilities, set can crouch to true. Now here just call crouch, and here let's just call uncrouch. So later on, if we were already in crouch mode, we don't have to do this again, call this again. Or if we were already in the crouch mode before entering the cover, when we exit the cover, we should not uncrouch automatically, but those details can be worked on later. For now, let's just keep it like this. So yeah, now in the cover, let's add 2 more events on component begin overlap of this box, and on component end overlap of this box. So on the other character, call set cover. As the cover, give a reference to self, and when that other character exit the cover, again call set cover with with no input to this cover parameter. All right, now here let's do it like this. If no, let's have is valid node here. If this cover is valid, let's call enter cover and return acquired true. Otherwise, exit cover and return acquired false. Alright, now let's see what happens if I go there. See, I went into the crouch mode like that. Actually, it's quite fast. See, it almost looks like snapping, but that's okay for now. So at least we have a way to see that we are entering in and exiting from the cover. Right, now normally I am holding the gun like this, but when I am in a cover, I needed the gun to hold in a different position. So let's open the animation blueprint. Alright, here we have first person idle animation, which is like this. So here we have this grip point as a preview asset. Can we attach the gun? Okay, and let's duplicate this animation. Let's call it first person cover idle. Okay, and I'll stop the animation there, and let's rotate the gun like this, because now we are in cover, so we can't hold the gun in the way we did before. Right, now let's add a keyframe for this one, and for this one, and apply. Right, so this is cover idle. Oh, wait a minute. Why this is also changed? This doesn't have to change. Right, so I undid the mistake happened to the idle. So the cover idle animation looks like this now, and the normal idle animation looks like this. So it's alright now. It's fine. So now when I go into the cover, oh wait, when I go into the cover, I think cover should be moved. So I should change the gun to move it more closer to me instead of pointing it outward because I'm in a cover. So okay, so let's open the animation blueprint of the first person character. Animation blueprint of these two arms. This is FPP idle. Here I'll drag and drop this one, cover idle, and add a set. Now blend forces by bool. So as the true, I'll connect this. As the false, I'll connect this one. Now this variable that we need to use, I'll promote to a variable. Let's call it in cover. Default value is false. Now in the event graph we need a way to set in cover. So how do we do that? Right here in cover, now is in cover, add a return type, yes, a boolean. Now let's implement that. So when I enter the cover, let's have another blue boolean here in cover. I'll set to true, and when I exit I'll set it to false, and let's return this is in cover using that variable I just created. Right, now here in the event graph, using this phone owner is in cover message, we can set this result as in cover. Connect like this. Let's comment this part as set cover bool, set in cover. Right, now let's see if I go here, see my character move the gun closer to the chest. Okay, I think we should move this up a little bit. So right now we are properly in cover. Okay, if I move this further close, oh, that's bad. Why does that happen? Oh, when I look up, I exit from the cover. Why is that? Right, let's keep this capsule visible so we can see clearly what's happening. And also this box, collision box, too visible. And if I eject, the character is like this. Okay, maybe we should be able to avoid that if I make the cover height like this. And what's happening here? Let's eject. I think okay, I think it's because these two collisions of these two, but it doesn't make any events. Right, to understand what's happening in here, let's print the name of the other component that that ends the overlapping. Sphere, first person C1 sphere. What is that? Do we have something called a sphere? Haha, this one. What is it? And what's the use of that? It's used for projectile. It's only to get the location of the okay, so then I think we can disable overlap events for that, so it should be fine. So yeah, even if I look up for now VR marker, what's that? That's also, I don't think we need overlap events. Yeah, now we are fine. Okay, all right, now let's leave the cover like that, and I'll modify the arrow like this. So when I am shooting, when I press right mouse button, my character should if I'm in cover, if it is like this, I should move like that and aim. So yeah, okay, so yeah, first we need an input for the right click. I don't think we have an input. No, let's call it aim, and I'll add right mouse button. Now in here, aim, action event. Okay, so when I press aim, if I am in cover, let's have a branch. If I'm in cover, I'll call uncrouch. Well, actually, do I have to uncrouch? No, let's do something like this. Set movement mode to fly and get the root component. Move component to where should we move it? To the place that we need to be in order to properly aim. So this one, what did we call this? Arrow, image, let's call it image point. Get the cover, get image, no, image point, and get world location. Actually, we will have to add some offset to this, but let's see what happens now. Okay, and when I release the cover, release the right mouse button, if I'm still in cover, I'll set this movement mode back to falling. Not working. And yeah, that should be enough. So also here I'll add another boolean variable, aiming, set aiming to true here, and set aiming to false here. Now when I get in cover and not aiming, because if I'm aiming, I should have the usual animation for the gun holding. Okay, oh no. Right, because I didn't fall back to the initial location. When I release now I'm aiming. If I release, I stay there. Okay, so we will need another point to show that this is where the character should be when it's not aiming. Right, so I think we can use the root. Can we? No, to make it easier, let's add another scene component. Let's call it hide position. Let's leave it in here, right at the root. So set movement mode back to walking and move the capsule back to that position. Oh wait, so as for the relative rotation, I think I should keep the same rotation of the capsule. So get world rotation. I don't need to change that part. For this one, from the cover, get hide position, get world location. Right, now let's see. What's happening there? Does my character do a fall in and move? Let's see. So let's set this back to walking after character is moved to this original location. Okay, need to fix that. Right, so let's break this for now and see what happens when I stop aiming. Okay, now I'll eject and look at from outside. Actually, we are halfway inside. Is that the problem? Right. Then let's try this. I'll cut this part from here, and when I enter the cover, I'll set the movement mode to fly, and when I exit, I'll set the movement mode back to walking. should work fine. Let's see. Oh wait, but why the cover is not working? Right, that approach is not working. So let's cut this part from here and let's put it back here. Let's solve this. Let's find another way to solve this within the animation blueprint, because function wise it is working properly here. Let me check again. Yeah, so here let's cut this part from this state machine and paste here. If I'm not in a cover, I'll use those animations, otherwise I'll use this animation. Right, okay, now it works fine. But one more thing, we need to move back this a little bit, because character end up inside the cube and pushed back. What's happening there? Okay, find out what's going on there. When I exit, no, when I enter AME, I'll set global time dilation to very slow, 0.005, so we have enough time to inspect what's going on. Maybe it's not a good idea. Let's connect this here when we exit the cover. Yeah, oh, no, actually instead of putting it here, let's put that into level blueprint with the key like this. If I press this with the flip flop, I'll set the time dilation to this, and if I press it again, I'll reset it back to 1. So what this flip-flop does is, first time it executes this, next time this, again this, again this. So that's what it happens there. Okay, so emerge, and now I'm gonna press slash. Now we are slow motion, so I'll eject and I can slowly see where this capsule is going. So if it tries to go underground, that means we should move the hide position up. Yeah, definitely. It is trying to move underground. And then it should pop back. That's what should be happening. See? Yeah. Did I uncrouch here? So the hide position. Let's place it somewhere like this and see what happens. Okay, it works fine. Let me modify it a little bit. Cool. Okay, so in the original blueprint, what's the local location of the hide position? -20 and 50. Let's copy that to the original blueprint. And again, when I exit the cover, so what happens if I exit the cover while I was in aiming mode? So I'll set movement mode back to walking. If I go out, I can normally work. Okay, and one more thing. Well, let's see. Yeah, here let's add a collider box collision. Maybe we should make it smaller. It should be under capsule, nothing else. Cover detector. Oh yeah, and let's move it like this. Let's set the scale to something like 0.3. Yeah, and let's move it down. Okay, now right, now we need to make this one more closer. No. Let's move it like this. And also I'll keep the visibility on of this cover detector. It works fine now. If I look this way, now I should get out of the cover. To that to happen, this should be out. Okay, so let's make it like this. It should work then. See, nice, very nice. Okay, it is working. Cool. Okay. What else? Let's also see how to apply this to a place like this. Yeah, drag and drop a cover here. Why don't we duplicate the same thing? Like this. And oh, wait a minute. When we enter a cover, we should move our character to the hide position. We should do that. Yeah. So let me duplicate this. Copy and paste. Oh, what happened there? Alright, so I think what when we exit the cover, we should check if we are already in the cover. Otherwise we shouldn't try to re-exit, because what happened is I think we got two exit cover events. One is when I exit, when the capsule is exiting. The other one is when this cube is exiting. Right, let's check. No, looks like that's not the case. Sorry, I connected it to the exit part. I should have connected it here to the enter part. Okay, right, now it's all right. Okay, so now when we go here, we get to the cover like this. Okay, we can move this one closer. Okay, and when I right click, I should move back here. See, nicely working. Very nice, very nice. But one more problem. When I go there, I think, yeah, my detect cover object is moving out of this box, so we have to make this larger to prevent happening that. Okay, great. What else? Similarly, uh, uh, we can do the same thing to another side as well. Let's make this larger, make this area larger, and select both these. And move this one here. Move the image one here. Okay, so now from here I can cover and look up like this, and when I go here I can image and take cover like this, and when I go here, oh wait, no, here taking cover and imaging works like this. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna stop this episode right here. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. Also, I released another episode in my third person shooter series, feel free to check that too. And yeah, project files will be available for the download here in the Patreon page. And see you in another episode. Also, if you have further questions regarding this topic, and if you have any problems, any other stuff that you are not clear, feel free to comment below. And yeah, I hope to add few more episodes in here to really complete this covering system. And maybe later I will add it to the multiplayer project as well. Alright, thanks for watching. See you in another episode. Goodbye.